return of Bob Knight as we anticipate he will make an appearance at halftime.
Well, based on spending time with him yesterday at his home, I really feel, my gut tells me he will definitely make that entrance. And that will be historic. Hasn't been here in 20 years. A lot of motion on offense, good ball movement. Inside game should be big here. Whoever wins the inside battle.
Justin Smith gives it up, and that deep jumper rims out for Al Durham.
Got to make some threes. Purdue made 19 their last game and blowing out Iowa. Both teams really getting a lot of motion on offense right here in the first possession.
Stefanovic weaves his way to the goal, gets blocked, rejected by Durham. The reverse not there for Evan Boudreau.
One strength when you look at Purdue, they're really dominant on the offensive boards. They lead the conference in offensive rebounding. And that's a big key, Archie Miller said, on the interior. He said also a big concern is dealing with Williams on the inside.
The freshman, Trace Jackson-Davis. Well, they're a 42% three-point shooting team at Mackey. And on the road, they shoot only 25%.
Boy, it's
and making 19 threes the other night against Iowa. I mean, it was like Pleasantville. They threw it up, and it went in.
It was like the Atlantic Ocean, man.
That's right.
Instead of a teacup. On the road, it becomes like a teacup tour. Well, 19 threes will do that for you. That really gives you great momentum. And they beat a really good Iowa team. I mean, Iowa with Garza, he's one of the leading guys for Player of the Year. I think you got to also factor in Cowan from Maryland, who had that big win on the road yesterday against Illinois.
Jackson-Davis again at Boudreau with the left hand. Off the front rim, offensive rebound. And a stick back by Joey Brunk.
He's a tough guy around the basket, man. Physical.
Williams, deflected, taken away by Jackson-Davis.
You know, Brunk, you talk about transfer, came out of Butler. He gives him that physical presence on the inside.
Jackson-Davis gets the bump. Not just to the Big Ten, but all of Division I. He's in the top 5 in some of the big ones for a big man.
He shoots the ball really well. He's got great agility as well. Indiana early right now. There it is, what Matt Painter talked about. He said, we have not gotten good starts on the road in Big Ten action. Indiana really locking up the perimeter, playing it very tough. Wide open that time, though.
And the first bucket of the game for Eric Hunter is a triple for Purdue.
Well, Hunter gets that triple. The defense didn't really come out and attack, didn't recover quick enough, and he got himself an open look. And good ball movement in that possession. A lot of good things happen, Bob, when you really pass the ball well, you move without the ball, creates opportunities. Brunk going inside against Williams down in that post.
Al Durham down the lane.
Oh, he should have shot that ball.
Instead of shooting it, and Justin Smith is able to make the decision pay off.
Justin Smith gets the deuce, but right there, Durham was right to the goal, to his strong hand, his left hand. Unselfish. Sometimes we be too unselfish. By the time it worked out. See how Indiana's attacking, basically trying to get on those shooters.
Well,
wow.
If Eric Hunter somehow closes his eyes and thinks he's at Mackey, that would explain those 2 buckets as he knocks down back-to-back threes.
Nothing like those threes, man, to give you momentum.
Hey, get off of me!
He had a hand all over him. No blister by the refs. Letting him play.
Justin Smith. Bullets one along the baseline. Pretty good ball movement by the Hoosiers. Durham is rejected as the primary shot blocker for Purdue. That's Matt Harm's job, and he's now in the game for the first time.
He's had some great moments.
Brunk leans in. Harms grabs the rebound.
Harms had a great game I watched against Minnesota. He was the reason they were able to come back and beat the Golden Gophers. A tough game.
Stefanovic down the lane. Too strong. Brunk walls off Harms.
Stefanovic didn't get the good angle on that drive. He drifted away from the basket. Boy, there's intensity on his floor. There's a lot of emotion in this building.
Lobbed inside. Big man to big man. Jackson-Davis triple team.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq.
Indiana took the early lead. They've got a 1-point advantage now. Purdue, though, with a response. 2 threes from Eric Hunter. That's all the offense so far for the Boilermakers. Jerome Hunter gives it up. Taken away by Eric Hunter. He heads the other way. Nice pass to Proctor, who spins and reverses it under the outstretched arm of Joey Brunk.
Talk about a reverse layup, man. They got a little lucky there. I don't think that baby was as smooth as it looked, but it went down. Now, this game is big to Indiana. You ride a 3-game losing streak. You're at home playing your rival. I personally feel Arizona's going to win the Pac-12. I really believe that. They got some good young players. They're coming on strong.
Harms lost it. Loose on the deck. A scramble for it. Out of bounds. Well, last season, he was #1 in the Big Ten in field goal percentage and blocked shots. As that 3 finds the bottom for Aaron Wheeler.
Tell you one thing, with Wheeler right now making threes, Hunter making threes, really it's a terrific shooting right here on the road for them. Well, it's 3 in a row, which can happen easily in the toughest conference of all, the Big Ten. And they're playing at home. They got to close out this. In the Big Ten, you better win at home. That's why Maryland had a great win yesterday. Mark Turgeon's kids against Illinois.
There's a 3. Jerome Hunter connects.
Tell you one thing, there is some emotion in this building. Oh, man, these fans are passionate. We just had a great game to start the day. Auburn, it doesn't get any easier. We got Louisville next with Virginia. We got North Carolina and Duke. Are you kidding me? What a day for ESPN and basketball.
Shot clock winding down. Isaiah Thompson gives it up to Hod Proctor for 3. That's too strong. Offensive rebound, Travion Williams. And he's rejected by the freshman, Trace Jackson Davis.
Tell you one thing, he did a great job with that shot block on Williams. They're a terrific offensive rebounding team. Lead the Big Ten when you look at Purdue.
Jackson Davis across the lane, hooks a pass that's deflected.
I think it's 99% sure he will be back here at halftime, and this place will explode. Yes, he's had some faults along the way, some regrets. I think we all do in life have some regrets. But what he's done in a positive manner, you just talk to his players, has really outdone any of that, because really he has been special over the years to the people here in Bloomington.
Devontae Green bounces one back. Race Thompson. That's a little too strong.
Well, you think about the margin of victory when you look at some of their wins. There's a little turnover right here, 2-on-1.
Proctor draws the foul. So just win your fair share and you should get it.
Well, unless you play Northwestern right now, it's certainly not strong this year. I will simply go on record saying, in my 40 years at ESPN, this is the toughest the Big Ten has been from top to bottom. 89, they had a great run, but they weren't top to bottom with the 14 teams like they have now. Rutgers, Penn State. I mean, in 89, you had 2 teams go to the Final Four. And you had Indiana win the Big Ten championship. You had Illinois and Michigan in the Final Four, with Michigan winning the title. I love being here. This is special, this place. Been a lot of great basketball over the years here.
Eric Hunter with a steal. Glides in with the left hand, protects the ball, and is able to finish.
Well, Hunter's a left-handed player. He's a left-handed player, so that worked out to perfection. He's on his strong side going into goal. He sealed off the defense really well.
Indiana's turned it over 3 straight times.
What about that win today by Auburn? Unbelievable, coming from behind, beating LSU. The magic of Bruce Pearl. That guy, what he's created in that program's unreal.
At 3 short for Devontae Green.
His brother can shoot the 3, man. Played in North Carolina, NBA fame, now with the Lakers.
Danny?
Yes, Danny boy could shoot the 3.
Boudreau back in the game for Purdue with 2 fouls. Here he goes down the lane.
Oh, nice fake.
Under, and it.
Great footwork right there. Kept his pivot foot down, used the ball fake really well. Boy, these teams want it. You just watch their benches explode after every score.
Brunk steps in and connects.
He's been a good, solid player for them. Transfer, came from out of a good program, obviously, Butler.
Travion Williams back to the basket.
He's been quiet so far.
Sweet little jump hook over the top of Joey Brunk.
At 36 and 20, that's an incredible game. 36 and 20, not against Cupcake City. He did it against Michigan in a loss. Their losses have been tough games, man. Lost to Michigan.
There's a wing three for Armand Franklin.
They lost that game by 6 and 2 overtimes. Lost to Maryland by 7, who's very good. Mark Turgeon's done a great job with Mr. Cowan. I think they've won like 5 in a row. They're in first place right now in the Big Ten.
The reverse is there for Williams.
That was the big concern. When I spoke on the phone to Archie Miller, he said, my biggest concern, how do we play Mr. Williams inside? He said, he's so tough. He's so difficult to play once he gets in that low post and gets great position.
He's at 265 now. He was 325 pounds when he first walked on campus.
Wow.
And that ball deflected out of bounds.
Hey, Chris, you think you can afford $3,000? Sage is doing a great job with Kevin Nagandi on our Sports Center. She's an Indiana grad. So is Mark. Mark's utilized that degree from Indiana exceptionally well. I got to get him out to the Jimmy V Foundation, Mike Allen.
A buzzer-beating jumper for Rod Finney. And that makes it a one-point game.
Finney's a guy that's really key to their team. If he plays well, they usually play well. He had some injuries earlier in the year.
Their coach being honored as well and making his return. Bob Knight back here at Assembly Hall for the first time in 20 years.
Some of his favorite players were on their team. You think about that team with Isaiah Thomas, Mike Woodson, was a special team. 12 guys got drafted off that team. That's when they had deep drafts, more than just 2 rounds. Also, when you think about that team, 4 guys went on to coach in the NBA. Think about Randy Whitman, coach. You think about Isaiah Thomas, Mike Woodson, Butch Carter. They all coached in the NBA. Nice pass.
Arms.
Oh, should have went up sooner.
Last one. Sweet. For chopping that wood, you deserve the sweet reward of a Diet Dr. Pepper.
I feel not just a deep scientific interest, but also a moral obligation to just attempt to do something. You have to try. Just doing anything is better than doing nothing.
One of 2 at the line for Harms.
I'm going to lay on you a little later. My choice of the 6 best players in my 40 years at ESPN that played for Robert Montgomery Knight, known, which I gave him that nickname, the General.
Eight to shoot. Brunk.
Got one-on-one on inside.
Away from Boudreau with the left hand.
Nice play by Brunk. He's improved from when I saw him earlier this year. Seems more comfortable. He's very comfortable there. Got the ball down deep. Defense was on his back. Used the left hand really well. Oh, there's bumping going on there. There's bumping and bruising going on there.
Arms off glass over the top of Brunk.
Arms says, are you kidding me? Come on, Brunk. What you can do, I can do better. It's a rivalry, man. Purdue and Indiana, baby. It is special. Call your friends up. It'll be Magic possibly here at halftime. Get them on film. Get them on TV. Come on. You might see Magic here. Historic event could happen.
Guess they could text them, too.
Man, look at some of the basketball we got on TV today. It's unreal what ESPN's got tonight. I don't care what the records are. I remember that could be similar to maybe 95 when Duke was not really a good team and it was one of the classics.
Well, a big reason the records are what they are for Carolina is they were without Cole Anthony for such a significant period of time. Now he's back. And, of course, there'll be a different team. Stefanovic falls.
As that ball movement. Swing the ball side to side. Try to get good angles to enter the ball inside.
They haven't beaten Purdue 4 consecutive times here at Assembly Hall. Travion Williams. Sometimes he gets a little greedy.
I should do the play-by-play. You do the analysis. I'm going to tell you right there, a lot of great players who have great passes try to always make sometimes the sensational pass.
You're asking your play-by-play guy if it's okay for you to go and visit them? Yeah, that's fine.
Not available with their autograph. Are you kidding me?
Head on
I want
over
a
there.
picture of Market Sage. Double up on the post.
Creates the wide open jumper, and Jerome Hunter is able to connect.
You know, Hunter's shown a lot of guts coming back from a serious leg injury that he had last year. There he is, got wide open because of the double team on the post. So you can see that Archie Miller has done a job coaching his team. They recognized right away when the double team happened, reverse the ball to the open shooter. He wants to go one-on-one with him. He wants to take him down inside. Oh, a little fake.
Too strong for Williams.
Bad angle. Had a bad angle on it one. Had no chance.
Devontae Green, the old school hook shot won't go.
Oh.
Offensive rebound for Jackson Davis.
Yes, he is. Hanging around the basket. Trace Jackson Davis, baby. With the Arlena crowd. They're standing up. Oh, baby, they're up one. Up one. Call your friends up. We may have history be made here in the halftime.
Too strong for Travion Williams. Trace Jackson Davis spins through a double team. Jahad Proctor, nice little wraparound pass to Travion Williams. Back up top, good ball movement, and Wheeler is able to make it pay off.
You know, Wheeler gets the three on top of the circle, but it was the passing ability again, which we documented earlier about Williams. His ability in the post to know where people are, has a great basketball IQ and feel for the game. Boy, Mackey, this team is so good, it's unreal. So you better beat him here, because in the end, it's got to go to Mackey later.
Tennessee. In and out.
Texas and rivalry games, man. Battle, battle, battle. Here we are tied up in this game.
A line drive three from the corner is good again for Aaron Wheeler.
Man,
He starts to heat up.
Yeah, Wheeler knocks down 2 threes. That's what they did against Iowa. They made 19 in that game. Fran McCaffrey had to been shell-shocked what went on in that game.
Tennessee, the extra pass. Jerome Hunter off the heel. Offensive rebound, Deron Davis. Saved by Deron Davis, so it stays with Indiana. And that baseline jumper in and out for Devontae Green.
Devontae Green has scored points in a hurry on a number of situations.
Proctor double team with a foul call.
Because when they lined up next year with Curry and with Klay Thompson and Wiggins at the 3, who's a better fit, I agree with Steve Kerr. And then you got Draymond Green. They got to find a post guy, and they will somehow. They're going to be back bigger than ever. I would say better than ever, but they're going to be back big.
Travion Williams gets to the baseline, another reverse.
He's really so good down there in that post, knows how to play down in the post, has good footwork. He's very agile. He's got mobility and mobile, and he's versatile.
All of that rhymes,
Yeah.
by the way. That was good.
Not bad, huh, for 80? What memories, unreal. He got me in the Hall of Fame. Let's face reality. What he did for me for the Hall of Fame shocked me beyond belief, and he was my presenter.
That floater rolls off. What a putback is there for Thompson.
Had some great shooters over the years at Purdue. None better than a guy by the name of Rick Mount. G-Kid had some great teams with Purdue.
Brunk lost it, just ripped away by Aaron Wheeler.
Right now, this little mini here, certainly momentum has switched, certainly to Purdue.
Travion Williams kicks it cross court to Hunter. Brunk the rebound.
They got to get a deuce here. They got to go to the locker room feeling pretty good. I mean, this score was tied, and now here it is, they're down 7.
Old school off the window for Devontae Green. That's no good.
He's having a tough time shooting the ball here this afternoon. Right now, you want to get a good shot in this possession. I got rejected, I think, 2 or 3 times. I was nominated. It was really a strong NBA feeling there in the Hall of Fame. Bob Knight calls me up and he says, hey, I'm going to tell you what I did is Purdue gets another deuce. What I did is I wrote every living coach that's in the Hall of Fame, and they all wrote a letter on your behalf to the Hall of Fame. I said, why did you do that? He said, don't tell me what the typical Bob Knight. Don't tell me what to do. I did it because I wanted to do it. Bottom line, he did that, and I got in that year.
Tennessee with 3 seconds. Brunk.
It was 25-25 at one time.
Boudreau, home run pass to Williams. Steps back. Short.
We are T-Mobile, covering over 2.
And enroll 20,000 patient volunteers on cancer clinical trials.
Go to big10crc.org to learn more and support the Big Ten Cancer Research Consortium.
I want you to apply to the Naval Academy and put me down as your #1 recommendation. I mean, he was unreal. Some of the things I could go on, stories that transpired during his tenure. Hey, Indiana better lock it up, man. They're right now down 11, and you know what they're staring at? A 4-game losing streak, and it doesn't get easier. They got Iowa coming up next, and then you're looking at Iowa. You're looking at a situation where basically Michigan and Minnesota on the road. Come on, man. They got to win this game at home. They're 5-6 in conference play.
Well, Justin Smith heating up from behind the arc would certainly help. And you know what? Following the advice of Bob Knight, a defense chant that he got started at halftime, locking up on this end of the floor, will go a long way towards whether or not they have a chance to pull this one out.
Well, they got to make some threes like they just right there. I don't know, kids, a lot of them, you know, they really don't know what happened years ago. I mean, they can certainly see the banners and all, but I think anybody be touched. Oh, nice run out. Oh, yeah.
There's the follow for Trace Jackson Davis.
5 straight points. 5 straight points. I wanted to apologize for getting a little bit emotional. I just couldn't help it, man. What he did is done for me, raising millions for me.
Apologize for anything.
Cancer, he and Pat Summitt, we honored in 2008. Place went nuts.
Stefanovic leans in and connects along, too.
He can shoot the ball, Stefanovic. If he's going really well, Archie was concerned about that. He becomes a tough cover.
Finney takes the bump. No call. Stefanovic lost the rebound right to Travion Williams.
Matt Peters' clubs have always done a good job rebounding the basketball. Talk about a guy who loves where he's at. I say you're entertained going to another school. So are you kidding me? I love it where I'm at, Purdue.
Stefanovic in rhythm off a screen, hits a triple.
We just said Stefanovic can get hot, man. If he gets streaky, wow. Jumped out. He didn't want to waste the TO right there. Could probably thought about it. The crowd, what they've done is now they've quieted down the crowd.
And Purdue normally shoots 25% or so on the road from 3. They are 6 of 12 so far this afternoon.
42% at home, big difference. They're night and day, a different team at home and away.
Justin Smith, shot clock winding down.
Right now, what's really hampered Indiana has been the play of Purdue, and this guy certainly has contributed, always looking for the open man. A little lazy with that pass.
Some of the first half statistics, Purdue closed the first half on that 12-0 run, but points in the paint as well, a 10-point advantage for the Boilermakers.
Shot the ball well, as you said earlier, from the 3. And that's a big plus because they don't shoot it normally on the road very well. They usually don't get good starts either. Today they got a decent start.
Boudreau goes back door, rejected by Jackson Davis.
Now Jackson Davis got to start being a little more assertive offensively. Very active player. He's got to go want to score a little more.
Brunk, yes.
Great position. Perfect pass, good angle. Got the ball inside really well. Brunk with the score. Now you're going to come up with some stops to get this crowd back. Crowd seems now very reserved right now.
Eric Hunter blasts to the goal and lays it in.
Too many scores, too easily. Too many easy scores. I'll tell you one thing. When the general was on that sideline, you didn't see people go to the goal that easily. I can tell you that. That 76 team, undefeated. Are you kidding me? And if Scott May doesn't get hurt the year prior, they probably win the national championship then as well. What a team. Benson, May, Buckner, Wilkerson. So great to see a lot of the greats back here. Quinn Buckner represents his school so well. He's on the board of trustees.
Stefanovic lost it on the way up.
What better place today to have him come back and let these fans see him? And he acknowledged them. He loves them as much as the fans love him.
Yeah, Quinn, Coach was talking to you while he was out there. Can you share a little bit about what he told you?
He really wanted to give that sense today, and you saw him get emotional. He got into a little bit of, hey, at this stage of all of our lives, this is hugely important. It was important for him.
Randy, why bring all the players out? Why was that important?
Because he's a big part of all of our lives. We come here as kids and left here as men. He's instrumental in where I am at today in my life, as well as everybody that's played for him. So it was important to have everybody come back for this day, because we'll never see another day like this in college basketball.
When I know you and I talked about how emotional it would be, can you put into words what Coach Knight meant to your career?
What he meant to my life is bigger. He taught us all about being selfless, about discipline, about all the things you need to be successful.
On behalf of Chris Budden, Bob Wischusen, and Dick Vitale, the rest of our crew, it was an honor to be a part of it. If for no other reason then, right up until the moment that it happened, we weren't 100% sure it was going to take place. Bob Knight, very mercurial, obviously, about whether or not this moment would happen. With his players, this community, this basketball program, we felt all of that love come back today.
Absolutely. You took two people right there. Chris, you did a great job sharing stories with certainly Quinn and Randy, two of the outstanding players that played for Bob Knight. You could feel how much they feel, how vital he was. Hey, not bad. Can't argue too much with Thomas and Cheney and May, Benson, Alford, and Buckner. Some say Steve Downing might be wrong on there, but, you know, those are my six, super six. But it had some great teams, some great games here.
This current Hoosier team trying to get back in the game, and that three in and out for Devontae Green keeps this at an 8-point game. 6 minutes gone by. Second half. Oh, the lead back up to double digits as the freshman Isaiah Thompson connects from the wing.
Yeah, not Isaiah Thomas, but Isaiah Thompson. He's got that name, and they're shooting the ball from the perimeter. We keep emphasizing how big this game is, especially to Indiana, losing 3 in a row, coming here, playing at home, 5 and 6, and then looking at Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan. I mean, man, they can't afford to go 4 years in a row, no NCAA tournament bid. Frustration, you can feel it. They're looking at Archie. Shots not falling.
Thompson steps in for two. The block out was there for Trace Jackson Davis, but no one ended up blocking out Aaron Wheeler.
Look at that bench. You see the jubilation of Purdue, the Boiler bench. Archie certainly not pleased there. I don't think anybody expected them to beat Iowa like they did. Because Iowa's got that great kid, Luka Garza, who's talking about work ethic. He's a great example of the only place you find success. They had work as an addiction.
Another three.
Yeah, they're knocking threes down. They made 19 in the last game. And they're defending well. They're very active defensively, moving their feet, communicating.
Finally, a triple goes down for IU as Jerome Hunter is able to connect.
Hunter with that big three. He's a great story. Kid had a lot of problems, leg injury, and he's battled himself back to get back on the floor. But shooting the three's been unbelievable the last couple of games for Purdue.
55%.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
A lot of guys can't shoot that in practice with nobody guarding.
Jahad Proctor, short. And it's snatched away by Trace Jackson Davis.
See, he disappeared a little bit on offense. I got to see Trace Jackson Davis want the ball a little bit more offensively. Go to the basket.
He's got it. Can't finish, but there is the follow by Justin Smith.
Justin Smith really plays hard around the basket. Davis with the tip. They got it down. Trying to get back in. Going to stop the three ball going down here. Going to contain that three ball.
This right here is the new papadilla, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Latin for...
I'm on Fox Now or Hulu.
He's like, go in there, Isaiah. Go in there, Isaiah. Get Chris.
A big round of applause also coming from maybe his biggest rival, Gene Cady, who was the head coach at Purdue all those years that they've met up. 41 times they coached against each other. He was sitting just feet from me. You could see his eyes gloss over when he was watching the tribute video with a huge smile on his face. I asked him afterwards what it was like watching this, and he said this was just a special moment. It was a privilege for me to be here. In the end, it was saying this has been such a great day.
Tennessee hits a three. Well, so far for Gene Cady, it's been the perfect day. Emotions. He sees Bob Knight reunited here at Indiana with the fans, and his Purdue team has played extraordinarily well, and they've got a road lead.
And he was 21-20 against the General when he coached at Purdue. They had some magical moments. That was good outside action by Archie Miller's kids.
Stefanovic, too strong.
Well, you see the numbers.
Tapped around.
Purdue the last 2 games. Unbelievable what they've been doing to people.
Shot clock down to 3. Shot clock did not reset. Stefanovic has to hoist one up. Connects! But they'll wave it off.
Someone say I know zilch about basketball, too. I've done pretty good, though, for 40 years. Go to the basket.
Jackson Davis.
Oh, you got to go to the basket.
Well, he'll go to the line. Got the positives. Plenty of them, Dick, for Bob Knight during his career at Indiana.
Unbelievable. And don't forget this. The guy that has the most wins in the history of the game was a point guard at the United States Military Academy where he played for Mr. Knight by the name of Mike Krzyzewski. Six o'clock, more interested in beating North Carolina.
Jackson Davis across the lane. No good.
He's not having a strong game on the inside. He's too talented. His team needs him right now. You're an instant impact type of dandy. You got to respond right now. Club is down. You got to make some plays.
He's only 2 for 6 from the field.
That's 33%.
That's good math.
2 for 6, common denominator. 2 in the 6th. Yeah. Here it is right now. Indiana digging in a little defensively, down 8. They're going to get some stops.
Williams, 4 on the shot clock. No good. And a nice block out by Justin Smith.
They got to make a little run. Need some momentum here. Got Sage Steele in the house cheering for our Hoosiers.
Smith slips to the baseline. Finishes.
Nice play right there. Won the Big Ten championship. But you guys got beat in the NCAA tournament by Purdue.
I know.
You know, Mike, you think about Coach Knight, you think about discipline, toughness. How was it really like during your tenure, putting up? Because he could be really, really on players big time.
I think when you grow up in the state of Indiana and you play basketball, back then when he was coaching, all you knew was Indiana basketball. And you learned when you got here the right way to play. And that was on both ends of the floor. So, I mean, look at this. It's incredible. You can't replace it.
What do you think it meant to Coach Knight to be back today? We talked about what it meant to the fans and you guys. We could see the emotion on his face.
It's special. I've spent the last month back here in Bloomington with Coach and his wife, Karen. And, I mean, this is something he's been looking forward to for a long time. We just didn't know when it was going to happen. But he couldn't have picked a better day. These fans love him. The state loves him. And I'm just happy that he came back because it was well-deserved.
Good afternoon, board members. We have some great new ideas that we want to present to you today.
Who are you talking to?
The first item on the list is selecting a chairman for the advisory board.
What's this?
As well as use the remaining
childcare options run out.
Ready, partner?
Thursdays on Fox, or watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
Kevin, Matt Harms completes the three-point play to push the lead for Purdue back up to 9. Bob Wischusen and Dick Vitale, Chris Budden here in Bloomington, and Dick, a game to reemphasize how important it is for both of these teams. They are right on the bubble in just about any bracketology you look at. Certainly Joe Lunardi, he's got them as one of the last 4 teams that would have buys into the tournament.
See, I think Purdue's going to be in. I really do. I think too many powerful wins. I think by the end of the year, they're not going to lose basically at home. Joe Lunardi, I respect, and I think he's just looking at record right now. They're 6-6. I don't think it's going to stay that way. Take a look right here. Wow. Look at that lead. Incredible.
He's got 11 teams in the field if the tournament were to start today, but Purdue and Indiana are the last 2 of the 11, so this is a very important game for both.
Absolutely, but that is more important, as we said earlier, to Indiana. 3-game losing streak, and you're playing at home. You got to close it out at home and win this basketball game, especially what they got coming up on their schedule as well. You know, the most ever from the conference was 2011. Big East had 11 teams. I think there's a chance for 12 here, but it won't probably happen because they're all going to beat each other. So you know what? The VBDI says they'll probably end up with about 9 or 10. See, right now this crowd's got to be a little live. Give that team that lift, man. Give them that lift. Down 9.
Floats one home with 2 on the shot clock.
Tell you one thing, 5 straight points by Mr. Harms. Unbelievable. Big. I like his potential. Because you can't teach that 7'3", man. You can't teach that. Good screen up on top.
The bench for Purdue has outscored their starters, and they've really executed at the offensive end extraordinarily well all afternoon.
9 guys that score 9 points or more. A lot of balance on their team. Indiana did a great job battling back, cutting it down to 6. And then Harms took over.
Offensive foul calls on the drive by Justin Smith. That's his second.
Think of this. Not Cupcake City, baby, coming up for the Hoosiers. That's not Cupcake City, Mr. Wischusen. Iowa, at Michigan, at Minnesota, who's a very good team. They got a kid, Carr, and a kid, Okoro, who's a really terrific. And then look at those games. Are you kidding? Penn State, you think that's going to be easy?
Penn State might be a 4 seed.
You think a trip over to Purdue is going to be easy? Give me a break, man. Wow. All I can simply say, Archie, ouch. O-U-C-H. I can even spell it. And that's a big victory.
That you can spell ouch?
Yeah.
Oh. Arm slips to the goal.
I love the way they pass the ball.
Very with a nice shot fake. Cruises in. Can't get the roll.
They really share the ball exceptionally well. That's teaching, man. They move the ball to open people.
That 3 is short for Jerome Hunter.
Shot selection is so important, and that's certainly been a real quality of this Purdue team. Taking good shots. Much way to move the basketball. That's 2. That's 3. 4. They get touches, man. They get touches. 5 passes.
Hunter is fouled.
They wanted to share a moment at Cameron Indoor Stadium, which is going to rock big time tonight in the best rivalry of them all, man. You can talk everyone you want. Nothing like Duke against Carolina. Carolina's only chance is if Cole Anthony has a magical game and they get some people that make shots and Garrison Brooks takes over in the post. He did not do that against Florida State.
Eric Hunter rebounds the Jerome Hunter miss. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. Purdue continues to knock it down from deep, and Indiana, they need to get some stops. And if that run is going to occur, it has to occur now, you would think, with under 5 minutes to go.
Well, it better occur now because time is running out. 4:59 on the clock. You're down 13. This is going to be a tough stretch for Archie. Fans are getting a little restless here, man. They haven't been in the NCAA tournament now. If they don't go this year, it'll be 4 years in a row.
Travion Williams. And a block out once again by Jackson Davis.
Every possession now becomes big. You're down 13. You're the Hoosiers. Every possession's big. You better get some scores quickly. Taking time off that clock.
Justin Smith, another offensive foul.
So inefficient offensively. Really not efficient at all. His crowd came all fired up. They were ready to do their thing and be the sixth man, but the team has not given them that ammunition.
That's the third foul on Justin Smith, and his last two fouls have both been offensive.
And they were not questionable calls either. Legit. These three pinstripe guys with the stripes, not pinstripes, not Yankees. But these guys with three stripes have done really well. Look at that screen. Good ball screen. Williams carry there.
Shot clock down to 7. Eastern to Boudreaux. Shot clock to 4. Trevion Williams to the baseline. Offensive rebound, Boudreaux.
They lead the conference. Good defense there, but they got a foul. They lead the conference in offensive rebounding. You can see what a difference that is when it gives you second and third opportunities. They really go to the glass, man. They really go to the glass. Look at the offensive rebound. There they go. And now they're going to go to the free throw line.
That's the third foul on Trace Jackson Davis.
You know, people talk about Purdue on the road, some losses. They lost to Texas by 4. Lost to Florida State by 3 in overtime. Lost to Michigan by 6 in 2 overtimes. Lost to a very good, I mean very good, Maryland team. I mean, with Smith and Cowan, Mark Turgeon's got them playing winning basketball, good mentality. Turk fans are all excited. Certainly Scott Van Pelt's very excited, obviously. Unbelievable.
Don't forget about that close loss to Rutgers.
Yeah, lost the close one to Rutgers as well.
That's what I'm saying. You're a Jersey guy. Come on.
Rutgers really has been some story.
They've been great this year.
The Nittany Lions, too.
And how about Seton Hall?
Seton Hall got a big one today with Villanova. Big one in the Big East. They're challenging.
Al Durham, yes.
Nice drive by Durham. He's got strong left hand. He's lefty. Went to the basket strong. Purdue's been playing really tough defense in this game. Got a little sloppy right there and allowed the turn to the basket. Nobody rotated over. Rotation's so important in defense. That's what team defense is about. Helping one another, communicating, blocking out. Those are all the characteristics of a good team defensively.
Stefanovic from NBA range. And an offensive rebound run down again by Boudreaux. Kicks it back out. Stefanovic will drive it, and he will be hand-checked on the drive.
For over 75 years, people have saved money with Geico. Sorry.
Here we go from the top, and action.
For over 75 years, people have saved money with Gecko.
Cut it.
What did I say? Gecko. I said Gecko. Oh. For over 75 years...
Keep it together.
I'm good. For over 70... What are you doing there? Stop making me laugh.
Geico, saving people money for over 75 years.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Once in a while, you say, what can we do that's big?
Precision Health Initiative is an example of what a large university can imagine. We're trying to understand the person's health, taking into account their genetics, their environment, their behavior. We're working on 5 conditions: pediatric sarcoma, multiple myeloma, triple-negative breast cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and gestational diabetes. The reason we selected these 5 diseases is that they are currently untreatable. They're very common, and they are also diseases that we feel are potentially solvable in the next 10 years.
I think the idea that we're going to take our local expertise and really try to band together and make a big difference, it's very Indiana. It's important that we do big, bold things in our own backyard.
To play basketball for Purdue, also the first ever to receive a football scholarship for the Boilermakers as well. Senior year, get this, MVP of both basketball and football, went on to play in the NFL and was with the LA Rams and one member of the fearsome foursome who was, if not one of or the best defensive lines in all of NFL history.
Not just one of, I think the best defensive line in NFL history. I think the fearsome foursome might be the best front four that football has ever known. That's a big shot for Alberta.
Boy, do they need that big three. You know, I was talking about Purdue's balance. They got 6 guys with 9 points or better in their average. So that's a balanced basketball team. Last year, that Carson Edwards, man, he was a scoring machine. In fact, right now, he and Romeo Langford, they're playing together for the Celtics. They must be going wild about this game. And so let's play a little one-on-one, Carson. Romeo, by the way, is getting playing time now. He's 16 yesterday. He's only about 19 years old.
Hunter backs it out, 10 to shoot. Hunter behind the back from the elbow. Off the front rim. Rebound pulled down by Jerome Hunter.
Down 11, we talk about right now. Every possession, wow. Every possession so big. Take a score, any kind you can get quickly.
Bronk leans in with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Harms has the rebound.
You know, during that timeout, I couldn't believe the number of people are leaving. And we're walking out the exit side. So we're going to go beat the crowd. That's not Indiana Hoosier faithful fans. Not a bad force of his coaches, huh? Krzyzewski, Knight, Dean, and Roy Williams.
That's a pretty good group.
Yeah. There's Mr. Fisher right there. He's one of my 4 announcers. Think about Woody Durham, another one. Think about Max Falkenstein down there in Kansas. And you think about the Kentucky great. You know that name, the Kentucky best ever, man. Mr. Kaywood, Ledford. He's been there a long time. When you look at Mr. Fisher on that sideline, he's seen a lot of Indiana basketball. See, I'm going way before your time.
No, I'm just, you know, obviously, we started working together after you wrote the book. That's the only explanation for my being left out.
Look at all the people walking out there saying, we're out of here. We're out of here. I don't like that. I really don't. Kids need the support, man.
How about what looks like it's going to be a road win for Purdue? And that's kind of been the story of their season. When they are at home, they score 75 a game. They shoot 42% from 3 on the road coming into today. They were only averaging 57.5 points a game away from Mackey and shooting 25% from 3. So the good vibes from a 104-68 win over Iowa on Wednesday, sending a lot of these Hoosier fans home before the clock hit 0 because Purdue has executed wonderfully at the offensive end from the start.
They're going to have a beautiful journey back to West Lafayette. It'll be party time on that campus. Oh, wow. They had a pretty good quarterback down there by the guy named played years ago, Mr. Breeze. He was, you remember that name, don't you?
Yeah,
that's in your era.
I'm familiar with his work, yes.
Yeah, you got to call these games against your beloved Jets.
Not too often, thankfully. Once every 4 years. Yeah, we've had enough of Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the Jets division. There's a guy by the name of Brady you might have stumbled upon once in a while that they see pretty often.
Fox has got to be so disappointed. A moment here with Bob Knight being honored, all the greats in the house, and here it is, they come up and really, you know, lay an egg. They really did. They just as simple as can be.
Indiana's 7 of 20 from three-point land, and Purdue is 8 for 16.
You know, down 15. Unbelievable at home, 3-game losing streak. I mean, it's tough. I think his brother's going to have a little joy, though, down in Arizona because I feel they're going to win that Pac-12.
And this will be their 6th consecutive loss to Purdue. And the 5th time in a row they've lost to Purdue in this building.
Well, it's not rivalry then. It's no longer a rivalry. It's a mismatch. It's an ember. It's a mismatch. The moment of the day. Look at the fire in his face. Look at the intensity, the emotion. He was sitting so calm yesterday in the chair. Oh, look at this grabbing guys. He came over here with me. He was in a fiery mode. He was in a fiery mood. Oh, jeez. But that's the Bobby Knight that we've got to know over the years. You know, we all have some regrets, and I'm sure he has some regrets, some of the things that he did over through his career. But And as I said earlier, so many positives. People don't look at the millions he raised, millions for the library. And he did that at Texas Tech as well. And then helping Landon Turner. Landon would have been a probably first-round draft choice. And he had that accident when he's paralyzed in a car accident. So it was just really great to see the admiration and the respect of his former players today on this floor. It was so genuine.
Well, if time heals all wounds and the positives far outweigh the negatives, we saw that kind of come together today. Rather than let the pride and
Hoosier fans, and there was joy today to see him strut into this arena. First time since September 10th in 2000. 20 years. Unbelievable.
Al Durham called for the foul. That's his third, so that'll put Boudreau at the line as Indiana still playing desperate basketball with under a minute to go, down by 13.
You know, Archie did such a great job when he was at Dayton. Came here, was a lot of excitement. I don't think people ever appreciated so much the job that Tom Crean did here. Tom Crean came at a time when this program was the depths of despair. All kinds of problems going on. And he came in, he's won Big Ten titles, NCAA tournament games. He had some big wins over Kentucky. And really, now he's at Georgia. Over here, they want winning. I'm going to tell you, the pressure begins to mount. Pay their coaches well, but they want winning.
To the corner, it's Durham. That shot blocked. Finney runs it down.
Still playing good defense.
And Jackson Davis lays it in.
I think he can be so much better offensively. I don't think he realizes how good he can be. He's smooth. He's quick. He's got to be a little more aggressive offensively. Oh, it's Purdue's celebration.
Terrific catch at midcourt by Boudreau, and he gets to hang from the rim.
Oh, Boilermakers are going. Feeling good today, man.
Durham lobs it. A little missed timing, but Jackson Davis able to recover.
They're scoring late now. This baby's tucked away. It's already being filed into the W column for Purdue. They go over 500 now in conference play. Indiana sits at 5-7. You're 5-7, and you're looking at their schedule. It's scary. It's scary, especially giving up one here at home. And yet you got to know you got to go to Mackey. Mackey's one of the tough places to play.
Terrific road win for Purdue.
Tremendous. Not over.
The shot clock expires, so Indiana will have the ball for 2 seconds. But it's going to be a Purdue win here in Bloomington. And for a team that this year has struggled to win on the road, they get one in a rivalry game.
I thought, first of all, we just kind of kept our composure at times.